4 credibility boosters to help you win your long-term disability claim. When it comes to long-term disability, it's all about making sure you get approved and get approved as quickly as possible. In this video, I'm going to cover 4 key tips that can help you get approval faster to increase the likelihood that your claim is approved, which will ultimately make your life less stressful and get the financial relief that you need. And the first one is all about diagnosis. You want to make sure that the diagnosis made by your physician and other doctors who are assessing you are consistent and align with what you say your disabling condition is. A doctor will support your claim and must support your claim in order to be successful. You can't get a long-term disability claim approved without a supportive doctor. So think about it. You're at work, or you're about to leave work, or you're currently off work because you're disabled. You know that you can't do the job. You need to convey to your doctor why you can't do the work. Your doctor will come up with a diagnosis. That diagnosis will relate to why you can't work and should be carried throughout the file. Every time you see your doctor, the same diagnosis should appear. So your disability is consistent, and it's clear that you have an ongoing disability that's been continuous and should be compensated by the insurance company. So consistency in diagnosis is key. The second tip is about your absences and your work record. Often, somebody is having more pain, an increasing rate of disability while they're at work. It gets to the point where they break, essentially, where they can't do the job duties. It's too much, it's too hard. They can't keep up, they're not efficient, their performance drops, whatever it is, they're now in a state where they're disabled, they're totally disabled, and they can't work. Ideally, we can see through your employment file that you struggled. That could be bad performance reviews or attendance issues, write-ups from supervisors, a drop in efficiency, less commission sales, whatever unit or measurement is appropriate. We want to see that in the employment file. This requires communication. This boosts your credibility. So whatever representations you can make, statements, letters, emails, calls, whatever can exist in your ecosystem to explain struggles at work, explain the onset of disability, the better. The third credibility booster is your activity outside of work. We exist in an era of social media. Photos, updates, everyone wants to look good on social media and exists on so many platforms nowadays. And this can help or absolutely kill your credibility. When it comes to long-term disability, it's all about showing disability at work, but it also carries on outside of work. Unfortunately, people that are disabled know you don't just become not disabled as soon as you leave work. Disability carries through your day, it carries through your life. You can't do activities at home. You can't do the same level of things with your friends, with your families. You can't do your regular activities. You can't clean up at home or do the lawn or do the groceries or whatever it is for you. You can't do those things in the same way. And they make sense because you can't do them at work either. You can't do those comparable activities. You don't have the same level of endurance. You just can't pull off what you used to be able to do. So it's consistent and it boosts your credibility because your disability doesn't stop when you leave the doors of the office. You're always disabled. So when the insurance company sees this information online, they see your updates, they see photos and whatnot, they don't see incredible levels of activity. They don't see activity that's inconsistent with what your doctor says and what you've said in various statements to the insurance company. So you have to think about how information about you is being portrayed and put out into the world. And I understand that you want to look good on social media, you want to show your best days, your best moments. But unfortunately, if that doesn't represent what the other times are, then you should think twice before sharing it. Everyone will have good moments and good seconds. But my clients who are disabled have bad days, bad weeks, bad months. That disability is crushing. So don't take that moment of relief where you're having a wonderful moment to take a photo that represents something beyond what you are. Consistency is key when it comes to long-term disability, and you want to show how life really is. And for disabled clients, it's really not good in reality. The fourth credibility booster is expert evidence. Long-term disability claims often require expert evidence. So this is specialist physicians who are providing a specific assessment of you, providing an opinion on diagnosis and prognosis, doing a real assessment, tying your disabling condition to why you can't do the actual job duties that you're trained to do, that your skills and your experience and your education made you into being able to do. Often this expert evidence comes from your lawyer's office. So I routinely retain physiatrists, neurologists, psychologists, all these folks to help assess why you can't work. So if you think about a mental health claim, we'll use a psychiatrist often to explain why my client with mental health issues or their depression enables them not to be able to do their job, why their cognitive function isn't high enough. If we think about somebody who's struggling with a physical injury, I might hire a orthopedic surgeon or a physiatrist to opine on why their pain or their function isn't adequate to do the job. We also have cognitive testing that can be done through a functional capacity evaluation to explain why the person doesn't have the focus, the attention, or the ability to do key job tasks. So I make a plan that reflects the disabling condition presented by my client. This evidence is hard to get and it's not available in the public system. This is why a lot of people get help from a long-term disability lawyer. At Nova Injury Law, we pay for the costs to build expert evidence. This is one of the best ways that we boost credibility. This is perhaps the best way to generate massive amounts of credibility, because now it's not just my client that says it. It's not just the doctor that says it, but now we have medical experts who are standing in your corner with pages and pages of information after hours and hours of review and detailed analysis supporting why you're right. If you stack that evidence along with your own consistent narrative together, the power of your claim, the persuasiveness of your claim goes up. At Nova Injury Law, we help disabled workers when they need it most. We are trying to secure disability benefits because it's essential for families. You need financial security. You expected the financial safety net of long-term disability benefits to be there if you were disabled. Nobody wants to be disabled, but it will happen to Canadians every single year, no matter where they work. You have to rely on this coverage. That's why you pay for it, directly or indirectly, through your workplace. If it's not there for you when you need it, you need help, and that's when we come in and help people. My name's Jeff Mitchell. I'm a disability lawyer, and I help disabled workers when they need it. If you need it and you have questions, you should reach out to me. I'll give you answers today that will help you make great decisions for you and your family moving forward. I look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to helping you with your long-term disability claim. Take care.